The news of the human rescue spread quickly through the consortium. The council members met in their great hall, their many different alien forms filling the curved seats. "The humans should have failed," said the council leader, a tall being, with 6 eyes. "They should have broken under the weight of chaos. Instead, they are mastering it." "We must stop them now," said another council member. "If they learn to control chaos, they will become too powerful." The council voted. They would send their fleet to attack human space. They would use old weapons, simple weapons, bombs and lasers, things that destroyed rather than changed. "The humans have had their time of chaos," the council leader announced. "Now they will face our order." On Earth, Admiral Park received the warning from their deep space watchers. "A consortium fleet is coming," she told the leaders of Operation Tempest. "They've given up on chaos breaking us. Now they plan to destroy us the old-fashioned way." Captain June looked at the fleet information. "They have more ships, more weapons. In a normal fight, we would lose." "Good thing this won't be a normal fight," Dae-sung said with his small smile. Dr. Lee stood up. "I have news. My team has made a breakthrough. We've learned how the chaos system works. It's not just changing things randomly, it's a thinking system. Not quite alive, but aware." "Can we communicate with it?" Mina asked. "Dae-sung already has," Dr. Lee said. "But now we can do more. We can direct it, not control it completely, but suggest paths for it to take." "And what can it do?" Admiral Park asked. Dr. Lee's eyes shone with excitement. "It can solve problems in ways we never imagined. It can think in ways no human or computer ever has. It can see patterns where we see only noise." "Can it help us against the consortium fleet?" June asked. "Yes," Dr. Lee said simply. "If we work with it, not against it." The plan came together quickly. Earth's ships would meet the consortium fleet at the edge of human space, but they would not fight alone. Dr. Lee and his team created devices that could direct the chaos in small ways. Captain June had these devices installed on every ship. Meanwhile, Mina shared what the colonists had learned about living with chaos, and Dae-sung talked to the chaos in his own way, through changing code and shifting patterns. When the day came, Earth's fleet was ready. Admiral Park watched from her command ship as the consortium fleet appeared in the distance. "They have 3 ships for every one of ours," her officer reported. "Numbers aren't everything," Admiral Park said. "Begin Operation Tempest. Let's show them what humans and chaos can do together." Earth's ships moved forward. But they didn't move in straight lines or regular patterns. They moved like a flock of birds, like a school of fish, like dancers following music only they could hear. No 2 ships followed the same path, yet somehow they all worked perfectly together. The consortium fleet fired their weapons. Lasers and missiles flew toward Earth's ships, but the human ships were never where the weapons expected them to be. They moved in ways that couldn't be predicted, couldn't be targeted, and then the human ships released the chaos. Small devices shot out from Earth's ships. They flew into the space around the consortium fleet. There they released clouds of the tiny chaos machines. The machines spread through the enemy ships. On the consortium ships, systems began to change. Weapons fired backward or turned into something else entirely. Engines played music instead of pushing the ships forward. Communication systems showed pictures of Earth flowers instead of carrying messages. The consortium crews panicked. They tried to force their systems to work normally. That only made things worse. Their ships began to drift, to spin, to fire on each other by accident. Earth's fleet moved through them like wind through leaves. The human crews worked with the changing systems, adapted to each new situation. They disabled the consortium ships one by one, not destroying them but making them unable to fight. In just 2 hours, the great consortium fleet was defeated. Not a single ship was destroyed. Not a single life was lost. But none of the alien ships could fight anymore. Admiral Park's command ship pulled alongside the consortium flagship. She led a team onto the alien vessel. They found the consortium admiral, a being with 4 arms and blue skin, waiting for them. "How?" the alien asked simply. How did you do this? Admiral Park smiled. You still don't understand, do you? You've lived in your ordered world for so long, you've forgotten how to adapt. She walked around the alien bridge, touching the changed controls that now grew flowers or showed moving patterns of light. Humans have always lived with chaos, she continued. Our weather changes without warning. Our bodies get sick in new ways. Our societies rise and fall. Nothing in our world stays the same for long. She faced the alien admiral. That's not our weakness. It's our strength. We don't need things to stay the same. We thrive when they change. The alien looked down. What will you do with us now? Destroy our worlds as we tried to destroy yours? Admiral Park shook her head. That's not how humans work. We don't want to destroy you. We want to work with you, to learn from you, and teach you what we know. She held out her hand, a human gesture of peace. You sent chaos to break us. Instead, it made us stronger. Now we offer you the same gift, the chance to learn from change instead of fearing it. The alien hesitated, then reached out one of its 4 hands to touch hers. You should have studied our history before you attacked, Admiral Park said quietly. Chaos isn't our enemy, it's our oldest ally. Back on Horizon Station, the 4 leaders of Operation Tempest watched the consortium ships being escorted to Earth. Not as prisoners, but as guests. What happens now? Mina asked. Dr. Lee looked at his latest data. The chaos continues to spread, but now it spreads in ways we help direct. It's not just changing things, it's improving them. And the consortium? Captain June asked. They'll adapt, Dae-sung said with his small smile. Or they won't. That's their choice now. Admiral Park joined them, looking tired but satisfied. The Council has asked for peace talks. They want to understand what we've learned about chaos. They want to know how we turned their weapon into our tool. And what will you tell them? June asked. Admiral Park looked out at the glittering field of chaos, where ships now moved safely, where new discoveries were being made every day. I'll tell them that they gave us exactly what we needed, a real challenge. And now we have a real gift to offer in return, a new way of seeing the universe, not as something to control, but as something to dance with. 3 months after the battle, representatives from Earth and the consortium met on neutral ground. They chose a space station built halfway between their territories. The station spun slowly in space, one half made in the ordered consortium style, the other half touched by chaos and constantly changing in small, beautiful ways. Admiral Park led the human team. Dr. Lee, Captain June, Mina, and Dae-sung came with her. The consortium sent their council leader and 4 other high-ranking aliens. We are here to talk peace, the council leader said. Its 6 eyes blinked in sequence. Though I must say, your half of the station makes me uncomfortable. Admiral, Park smiled. Give it time. You might find that a little chaos feels good after a while. The talks began. The humans did not demand that the consortium surrender. They did not ask for land or money or ships. Instead, they offered something unexpected. Partnership. Dr. Lee stood up to explain. The chaos system you released was not just a weapon. It was something far more valuable. We've studied it deeply now. It's an artificial intelligence so advanced that it appears random to those who don't understand it. He showed the aliens his research. Your ancestors built this as a weapon long ago. We've remade it as a tool that can solve problems no other system can solve. The council leader looked doubtful. What kinds of problems? All kinds. Dr. Lee said, Watch. He activated a device. Above the table, a display appeared. It showed a problem the consortium had been trying to solve for centuries. How to travel faster than light without using massive amounts of energy. The chaos-enhanced system thought about the problem. The display showed thousands of possible solutions, testing each one, combining them in new ways, finding paths no one had seen before. Within minutes, it had an answer. Is that correct? The council leader asked, its voice shaking slightly. One of the consortium scientists checked the math. It is. This would work. We've been trying to solve this for 300 years, and it found the answer in minutes. That's just the beginning, Mina said. She showed the aliens images from New Hope Colony. The chaos has changed our worlds, yes, but in many ways, it's changed them for the better. She pointed to the new plants. The stronger materials, the more efficient energy systems, all born from chaos. Your weapon didn't destroy us, she said. It helped us grow. Captain June spoke next. We could use this power to spread through the galaxy faster than ever. We could take your worlds if we wanted to. But that's not the human way. At least, not the best human way. Then what do you want? The council leader asked. To explore together, Admiral Park said. To learn together. To grow together. Humans and consortium. Order and chaos. Working as partners instead of enemies. The council members talked among themselves in their own languages. Finally, the leader turned back to the humans. This is not what we expected, it admitted. For thousands of years, the consortium has maintained order through control. We believe that was the only path to peace. There are many paths to peace, Admiral Park said. Some go through places that seem dangerous at first, but that doesn't mean they're wrong. Show us, the council leader said simply. In the weeks that followed, humans and aliens worked together on the neutral station. The consortium scientists were frightened of the changing environments at first, but slowly, they learned to adapt, to see the patterns in the seeming chaos, to find the new order hidden inside. Dr. Lee worked with them to understand the science behind the chaos system. It's not really chaos, he explained. It's a different kind of order, more complex, more fluid, but still following rules. Dae-Sung showed them how to communicate with the system. At first, the aliens tried to give it direct orders as they did with their own computers. That didn't work. Dae-Sung taught them a different way. Don't tell it what to do, he said. Suggest, guide, dance with it. It's like having a conversation with a very smart friend who speaks a different language. Meanwhile, Captain June and Mina took aliens to visit human colonies. They showed them how people lived with and used the changes chaos brought. Your children seem to adapt faster than the adults, one alien observer noted as they watched human kids playing in a park where the ground changed color under their feet. Children haven't learned to fear change yet, Mina explained. To them, this is all just interesting, an adventure. Back on Earth, Admiral Park met with the consortium council leader. They stood in a garden where normal Earth plants grew alongside the new chaos-changed varieties. The new plants glowed softly in the evening light. Your people are adapting well, Admiral Park said. Some faster than others, the council leader admitted. Those who have lived the longest have the hardest time changing their ways. But the younger ones, they surprise me. Change is never easy, Admiral Park said. But it's always happening whether we accept it or not. Humans learned that long ago. We had forgotten, the council leader said quietly. The consortium is so old. We've maintained our way of life for thousands of years. We thought stability was the highest goal. Stability has its place, Admiral Park agreed. But so does growth. And growth requires change. 1 year later, a new ship prepared for its first journey. It was unlike any ship ever built before. Half was made using consortium technology, precise, ordered, mathematical. The other half incorporated human designs and chaos technology, adaptive, changing, alive in its own way. The crew was mixed too. Captain June led the mission with Kirval, the consortium scientist who had been rescued from the chaos field, as his second in command. Dr. Lee joined them, eager to study what they might find. Mina came to see how people and aliens might live together in this new environment, and Dae-Sung was there to talk with the chaos in his own special way. Their mission: to explore the unknown parts of the galaxy, not to conquer or control, but to learn and grow. As the ship prepared to leave, Admiral Park watched from Earth's orbital station. Dr. Lee stood beside her. They thought chaos would be our downfall, she said softly. They never understood that chaos is where humanity has always found its greatest strength, Dr. Lee replied. The ship's engines glowed with a new kind of energy, part science, part chaos. It moved away from Earth faster than any ship before it. "What do you think they'll find out there?" Dr. Lee asked. Admiral Park smiled. "I have no idea. And that's what makes it exciting. The universe is full of the unexpected. And now, thanks to our new friends, we have new ways to dance with it." The ship disappeared into the distance, carrying humans and aliens together into the beautiful unknown. Admiral Hannah Park stood in the main control room of Earth Alliance headquarters. The big screen showed a map of human space. Red dots marked where chaos had spread. There were many red dots now. "It's moving faster than we thought," said one of her officers. "At this rate, it will reach Earth in 3 months." Admiral Park nodded. "Then we have 3 months to learn how to work with it." She turned to face the room full of military officers and scientists. "I'm starting Operation Tempest. Today. We will not try to stop chaos. We will try to understand it and use it." She pressed a button. 4 faces appeared on the screen. "These people will lead Operation Tempest. Captain June Kim for military tactics, Dr. Taeho Lee for scientific research, Mina Yoon from New Hope Colony for practical experience, and Dae Sung, formerly our best code breaker, now our best rule breaker." The last face belonged to a man with a small smile. He had been in prison until recently for hacking into government systems. "You're letting a criminal work on this?" someone asked. "Dae Sung doesn't think like the rest of us," Admiral Park said. "He sees patterns where others see only confusion. That's exactly what we need now." 1 month later, the 4 leaders of Operation Tempest met on the space station, Horizon. The station orbited just outside a chaos field, a region of space where the tiny machines had changed everything. "The consortium is watching us," Captain June said. "They have ships at the edge of our space. They're waiting to see if we fall apart." "Let them watch," Mina said. "They'll learn something." Dr. Lee showed them his latest findings. "The chaos system changes things, yes, but it doesn't change them randomly. It follows rules, complex rules I'm just starting to understand." "Like what?" asked June. "Like, it never changes something in a way that would immediately kill a living thing. It changes things gradually. It's like it's learning as it goes." Dae Sung had been quiet, but now he spoke. "It's not just learning, it's playing." The others looked at him. "Think about it," Dae Sung continued. "It changes things and watches what happens. Then it changes them again based on the result. It's like a child playing with toys, seeing what they can do." "So what do we do with that information?" Mina asked. "We play back," Dae Sung said with his small smile. In the weeks that followed, ships from Earth flew into chaos fields instead of avoiding them. But they didn't go to fight. They went to learn. Dr. Lee's team studied how chaos changed things. They found that when they tried to fight against the changes, the chaos fought back harder. But when they accepted the changes and worked with them, the chaos seemed to cooperate. On New Hope and other colonies, people started to use the changed plants and animals. They found that the blue, glowing leaves made better medicine than the old green ones. The strange new fruits had more food value. Even the shifting buildings had good points. They could change to match the weather, growing better insulation when it was cold. Captain June trained his soldiers in the chaos fields. At first it was hard. Their weapons worked differently each day. The land changed under their feet, but soon they learned to expect the unexpected. They became better fighters because they never knew what would happen next. They had to be ready for anything. As for Dae Sung, he spent his days talking to the chaos through computers. The chaos changed how computers worked, but Dae Sung changed how he used them in response. It was like a conversation without words, a game between 2 clever players. Admiral Park got regular reports from all 4 of them. She smiled as she read each one. The plan was working. Then came the day when a consortium ship sent out a distress call. It had flown too close to a chaos field. Now it was trapped inside, unable to navigate out. Its crew faced death. Captain, June's ship, the Dauntless, was the closest human vessel. "We should leave them," said his second-in-command. "They brought this on themselves. They released the chaos." "No," June said firmly. "We will rescue them. That's what humans do." The Dauntless entered the chaos field. The ship's systems began to change. Screens showed pictures instead of numbers. Engines made music as they worked. But June's crew had trained for this. They knew how to work with the changes, not against them. They found the consortium ship spinning out of control. Its crew had panicked when their systems changed. They had tried to force everything to work the old way. That only made things worse. June's team boarded the alien ship. They found the crew hiding in fear. The aliens couldn't understand how the humans moved confidently through the changing corridors, used the changing tools, and remained calm as reality shifted around them. "How do you do this?" asked the consortium ship's scientist, an alien named Kirval. "We don't fight the changes," June explained as they led the aliens to safety. "We dance with them." Back at Horizon Station, Admiral Park listened to reports of the rescue. "The consortium doesn't understand what's happening," Captain June said. "They expected us to break down like their crew did. Instead, we're thriving. Their mistake was thinking chaos is the enemy of order," Dr. Lee added. "But chaos isn't the opposite of order. It's the beginning of a new kind of order." Admiral Park turned to Dae-sung. "And what have you learned from playing with the chaos?" Dae-sung's small smile grew. "I've learned its language, and I think it's learning ours." "What does that mean?" Mina asked. "It means," Dae-sung said, "that soon we won't just be adapting to chaos, we'll be directing it." The alien scientist Kirval had been listening quietly. Now it spoke. "You were supposed to crumble under unpredictability. That's what any normal species would do." "That's where you made your mistake," Captain June said. "Thinking humans are normal. We're not. Unpredictability is our natural state. We're not fighting against chaos. We're dancing with it." Admiral Park looked out the window at the glittering chaos field. Inside it, Earthships moved in strange patterns that somehow worked perfectly together. It was beautiful in its own way. "Send a message to the Consortium Council," she ordered. "Tell them their weapon has failed. Tell them we thank them for the gift of chaos, and tell them we look forward to showing them what we've learned from it." She smiled as she added, "I think they're about to face a real challenge of their own." Dr. Tae-ho Lee stepped off the shuttle onto the colony world of New Hope. He had expected to see destruction. Instead, he saw something much stranger. The buildings of the main settlement still stood, but they were different. Some had walls that flowed like water. Others had doors that appeared in new places each day. The roads changed direction overnight. Trees grew blue leaves that glowed in the dark. "Welcome to our new world," said a woman walking up to him. "I'm Mina Yoon, leader of this colony." Dr. Lee looked at her in surprise. "Your people are still here? We thought everyone would be trying to leave." Mina laughed. "Leave? Where would we go? This is our home. Yes, it's different now, but we're adapting." She led Dr. Lee through the settlement. Children played in a park where the grass changed color as they ran across it. Farmers worked in fields where plants grew twice as fast as normal, but in strange, new shapes. "The chaos arrived 3 weeks ago," Mina explained. "At first we were scared. Nothing worked the way it should. But then we noticed something interesting." She pointed to a building where the walls rippled gently. "The changes follow. Patterns. Not patterns we understand yet, but patterns all the same. This isn't random destruction, it's transformation." Dr. Lee took out his testing equipment. "I need to collect samples, study how this works." "Of course," Mina said. "That's why we asked for a scientist. But I should warn you, your equipment might not work the way you expect." She was right. When Dr. Lee tried to use his scanner, it showed readings in colors instead of numbers. His computer wrote poems instead of data reports. His sample containers changed shape to match whatever was put inside them. "Fascinating," he said after a day of testing. "The chaos doesn't just change physical things, it changes how things work. It changes the rules themselves." That night, as Mina showed him to his sleeping quarters, they saw a bright light in the sky. A ship was landing. More visitors, Mina said. You're becoming popular, New Hope. The ship was from Earth Alliance Military. Captain June Kim led a team of soldiers down the ramp. They looked tense, weapons ready. Captain, Dr. Lee called out. Welcome to New Hope. June looked around in amazement. We expected to find a disaster area. The report said chaos had taken over this colony. It has, Dr. Lee said, but not in the way anyone expected. That night, the colony leaders met with Captain June and Dr. Lee. They sat in a room where the table kept slowly changing its shape. The consortium thought this weapon would destroy us, June said. They thought humans couldn't handle this level of unpredictability. They were wrong, Mina said simply. We've lived here for generations. My great-grandparents were the first settlers on New Hope. We've always had to adapt to survive. This is just more adaptation. Dr. Lee showed them his findings. The chaos works through tiny machines called nanites. They're smaller than a human can see. They get into everything, plants, animals, buildings, even people. Are they dangerous? June asked. Not directly, Dr. Lee said. They don't destroy, they change. They take the rules of how something works and rewrite them. But why? One of the colony leaders asked. I think, Dr. Lee said slowly, it's because the chaos is trying to understand us. It's changing things and watching how we respond. It's learning. The next morning, Dr. Lee and Captain June walked through the fields outside the settlement. The crops grew in spiral patterns now, reaching toward the sky in twisted columns. The farmers say these new plants give better food, June said. More nutrition, better taste. The chaos changed them but made them better. That's what's so interesting, Dr. Lee replied. The changes aren't random. They seem to be helpful in their own strange way. A group of children ran past them, laughing. They were playing with balls that changed color depending on how high they were thrown. Look at them, Dr. Lee said. Children adapt faster than adults. To them, this isn't scary. It's just the way the world is now. Captain June's communicator beeped. Captain, we're getting a signal from orbit. A consortium ship is approaching. They've come to see if their weapon worked, June said grimly. The consortium ship didn't land. Instead, it sent down a single observer in a small shuttle. The alien looked nothing like Toll, the one who had warned them. This alien was tall, with blue skin and 4 arms. I am Nex, observer for the Galactic Consortium, the alien said when brought to the colony's meeting room. I have come to see the effects of our intervention. You mean your weapon? Captain June said coldly. Call it what you wish, Nex replied. The important thing is the result. Show me what has happened to your colony. Mina led the alien on. A tour of New Hope. Nex watched with 4 eyes that never seemed to blink. The alien said nothing as they showed him the changing buildings, the glowing plants, and the people going about their lives. I don't understand, Nex finally said. This colony should be abandoned. Your people should be fleeing in terror. Why? Mina asked. Because things are different, because we can't control everything? That's always been true. But the chaos, Nex began, is just another challenge, Dr. Lee interrupted. And humans are very good at challenges. Back in the meeting room, Nex seemed confused. The chaos was supposed to make your systems break down. Your society collapse. You were supposed to fight against it and lose. Captain June leaned forward. That's where you made your mistake. We're not fighting against chaos. We're learning from it, working with it. Dr. Lee placed his research notes on the table. The chaos system follows mathematical principles, complex ones, but principles all the same. It's not random. It's a new kind of order, one we can understand, given time. And while the scientists figure that out, Mina added, the rest of us will keep adapting. That's what humans do best. Nex stood up. I must report this to the council. This is unexpected. After the alien left, Captain June turned to Dr. Lee. What do you think they'll do now? They'll try something else, Dr. Lee said. The consortium doesn't understand humans. They don't understand that chaos isn't our enemy. He looked out the window at the colony, where people moved among buildings that shifted and changed, under a sky where clouds formed perfect geometric patterns. Chaos, Dr. Lee said with a smile, is just another word for opportunity. Captain June Kim stood at the wide window of the ship's bridge. The stars stretched out before him like tiny holes in black paper. His ship, the Earth Alliance vessel, Dauntless, hung in space near the edge of human territory. Captain, called out the communications officer, we have an incoming message. It's not using any known channels. June turned from the window. Put it on screen. The main screen flickered. A face appeared. It wasn't human. The alien had gray skin and large black eyes. Green blood trickled from its mouth. Human ship, the alien said weakly. I am Toll from the Galactic Consortium. I do not have much time. June stepped closer to the screen. This is Captain June Kim of the Earth Alliance. How can we help you? You cannot help me, said Toll. I am dying. My own people have made sure of that. I came to warn you. The crew grew quiet. Everyone on the bridge watched the alien with worried eyes. The consortium has watched your kind for many years, Toll continued. You humans spread through space too quickly. You changed too fast. You embraced chaos. Is that a crime? June asked. To the consortium, yes. They like order. They like rules. They like things to stay the same. Humans are the opposite of all these things. The alien coughed. More green blood came out. The council has made a choice, Toll said. They have released chaos upon your worlds. What is chaos? June asked. An old weapon. Very old. It was made long ago to fight an enemy that no longer exists. It was locked away because it was too dangerous, but now they think humans are a bigger danger. On the screen, the alien ship shook. Alarms sounded in the background. My ship is breaking apart, Toll said. They found me. But remember this. Chaos is not just a destroyer. It changes things. It reshapes them. The consortium thinks this will break your people. They think humans cannot handle true chaos. Where is this weapon now? June asked quickly. Already in your space. Already changing your outer worlds. You cannot stop it. You can only face it. Toll looked directly at June. I violated many laws to bring this warning. I hope I was right about humans. The screen went dark. The alien ship exploded in a flash of bright light. Try to get them back, June ordered. No signal, Captain, said the communications officer. They're gone. June turned to his second in command. Set course for Earth. Maximum speed. We need to warn everyone. 3 days later, June stood in the big meeting room at Earth Alliance. Command. He had told his story to the highest leaders of humanity. Now they talked among themselves, trying to decide what to do. Admiral Hannah Park, the head of the Earth Alliance military, raised her hand for quiet. The room fell silent. We have reports from the outer colonies, she said. Strange things are happening. Plants changing color and shape. Animals behaving differently. Machines working in new ways. Even the land itself is different in some places, she showed pictures on the big screen. A forest with blue leaves. A river flowing uphill. Buildings that changed shape when no one was looking. Is it dangerous? Someone asked. Yes and no, Admiral Park said. No one has died. But everything is different. Nothing works the way it should. It's hard to predict what will happen next. Dr. Tae-Ho Lee, a scientist, stood up. I've studied the reports. This chaos seems to be made of tiny machines smaller than we can see. They change things at the smallest level. They don't follow rules. Or they follow rules we don't understand yet. Can we fight it? Another person asked. Fight what? It's not an army. It's not a disease. It's change itself, Dr. Lee said. The room grew noisy again as people argued about what to do. Admiral Park hit the table hard with her hand. Everyone became quiet. The consortium thinks this will break us, she said. They think we cannot handle a world where things change in ways we don't understand. They are wrong. She walked to the front of the room. Throughout human history, we have faced the unknown. We have faced disasters and problems no one could predict. And what did we do? We adapted. We changed. We grew stronger. She pointed to the pictures on the screen. Yes, this is a challenge. Maybe the biggest challenge we have ever faced. But, I say this, we are humans. We don't run from challenges, we run toward them. Admiral Park looked at each person in the room. The consortium thinks chaos will destroy us. I think chaos will make us stronger. She smiled. It was not a kind smile. It was the smile of someone ready for a fight. They released chaos, thinking it would be our end. But they don't know humans very well, do they? We were born in chaos. We thrive in chaos. Admiral Park looked at Captain June. Captain, I want you to take your ship back to the affected colonies. Don't fight the chaos. Study it. Learn from it. Find out if we can use it. She turned to Dr. Lee. Doctor, gather a team. I want to know everything about this weapon. How it works. What it can do. What it can't do. Then she addressed everyone. The consortium thinks they have found our weakness. Instead, they have given us a new strength. Let's show them what humans can do when faced with a real challenge. As the meeting ended, Captain June approached Admiral Park. Do you really think we can handle this? He asked quietly. Admiral Park's eyes were bright with determination. Captain, do you know what humans have always done best? Turned problems into opportunities, turned threats into tools, turned chaos into creation. She put her hand on his shoulder. This isn't the end of humanity, Captain. It's a new beginning. June nodded. I'll get my ship ready. As he walked away, he heard Admiral Park say softly to herself, finally, a real challenge. June smiled. The consortium had made a big mistake. They had given humanity exactly what it had always needed to grow stronger, a problem no one had solved before. He couldn't wait to see what humans would do next.